Information Technology and its application in business class. In today's class, we are going to continue with Unit 1, that is Information Technology and Business. The topic for today's class is Computer Based Information System, CBIS. So, let us begin with today's topic. First, we are going to see what CBIS or Computer Based Information System is. Now, we all know that we have been witnessing a transition from the industrial age to the age of information. The information revolution has immense impact on every aspect of modern human civilization. This era paves the way of computer-based information system where sophisticated technologies, computer-related devices are used in processing and transmitting information in every aspect. So in this respect, what CBIS or Computer-Based Information System is? It is an information system. Yes, a computer-based information system, CBIS, is an information system. Now, what is an information system? An information system, it's a formal, socio-technical, organizational system. I repeat, an information system is a formal, socio-technical, organizational system that is designed to collect, process, store, and distribute information. So, we can combine it with the computer technology to arrive at a system that will be termed as computer-based information system. So, the information system, when we are using the computer to perform different functions, we are getting a combined system that is called computer-based information system. Now, this particular information system, CBIS, it is a field of studying computers and the processes including their application. Because as the name implies, the computer plays a major role over here. Now, the CBIS, it uses the computer to collect, store, process, analyze and distribute the information aiming at any definite purpose that an organization or as per the requirement of any organization. Again, what it aims at? It aims to support the operations, the management and in the decision making area. Yes, CBIS, it is a data processing system where the data is converted into a high quality information which can be used as a tool that will support the decision making, that will coordinate and control different activities. Along with that, visualize and analyze different areas. Again, as per the requirement of an organization. So, from this we can say that a computer-based information system, it establishes a system of communication among the people, departments in an organization that collects, processes, defines and distributes information. Again, this process is both automated and manual. Now you will see that not only the computer, apart from this, the human resource will also be required to run properly a full and efficient computer-based information system. Now, this particular computer-based information system, It is a systematic process and that involves various interrelated components. So, our next part is to study the elements or the components that will make a computer based information system an efficient one. Let's see. Here we can see there are 6 components. These 6 components are required to run efficiently and effectively a CBIS. What are they? It's the hardware, it's software, telecommunications of the network system, databases, procedures, and people. So these are the 6 basic components or elements of CBIS: hardware, software, telecommunications or network, database, procedures, and people. So let us see each and every component in brief one by one. First is the hardware. Now, hardware refers to the computer itself, that is the parts, the things that you can hold in your hand. So the hardware is the tangible or the physical device that you will need to run your computer based information system. Like the computer includes in it the cabinet for the central processing unit, that is CPU, and all of its supporting equipments. Supporting equipments like the input devices, that is the keyboard, mouse, the output devices, that is the monitors, the printers, the storage devices, hard disk, RAM, and the communication devices also, like the modem, routers. Right? So first component required to run a CBIS is hardware. Second component, that is software, the intangible part of the computer system. So it is what? It is a collection of programming code installed in your system, in the computer's hard drive. As this is intangible, you cannot help or you cannot hold in your hand. So the software refers to the various computer programs and the user manuals or documents that support them. Now these programs, they are stored on the hard drive of the computer. These programs are machine readable or machine understandable instructions that direct the computer based information system to function in such a way that produce useful information from the input data. Right? So this one is the second one. Third component, that is the telecommunication or the network, which are the connecting system, which will connect the system that will allow the diverse computers, means computers which are located at different places, to share or distribute the resources. Resources means the information. So for distributing the information in the form of resources, for sharing the information in the form of resources, for establishing the communication between one computer device with another computer device, the important component that CBIS requires is the telecommunication or the network system. So this one is the third component. Fourth one, it is database. Now in our previous class we have learned what data is. When we process that data, it is being converted into information. Now what is this database? Database is a collection of information that is organized so that it can be easily accessed, managed, updated easily as and when the requirement arises by any organization. This database typically contains the data records of the files containing information about various aspects as per the organization's requirement. So, the database in which the data either in the process form or the raw data may be stored in machine readable form. Right? So, it is important for a CBIS to run properly to have proper database. This is the fourth component. Fifth component is procedure. What is procedure? Procedures refer to those policies that govern the total operation of the entire computer system within an organization. So that's why it's saying these procedures are the policies that govern the operation of a computer system, and these are to what people are for, that what software is to hardware, which is a common analogy. These procedures are to people, what software is to hardware. Means if you have the hardware only, then it's nothing. To properly have the hardware applied, you require software. Just like the same, if you have the procedure, in order to properly run those procedures, the form of policies, you require people. So, the fifth component is the procedure. So, if we relate this fifth component, that is procedure, are to people, the most important and the most overlooked component, the sixth one for CBIS is the people component, that is the human resource. Now, each and every computer-based information system requires people for its operation. Every system needs people if it is to be useful. The people or the human resource is that component which has the most influence in the success or failure of each and every computer-based information system. So often the most overlooked element of the system are the human resource, the people. So the procurement of efficient human resource is a major challenge in case of each and every CBIS. So this particular sixth component cannot be overlooked. And as I have said, all these six components are interrelated with each other. Right? So, here we have seen the six components. Next, we are moving into the types of CBIS. Here we have near about 10 types of computer-based information system. Those are Management Information System, MIS, Executive Information System, EIS, Executive Support System, ESS, Decision Support System, DSS, Group Decision Support System, GDSS, Electronic Meeting System, EMS, Organizational Decision Support Systems, ODSS, Expert Systems, ES, Office Information Systems, OIS, Intelligent Organizational Information System, IOIS. So, these are the types of computer-based information system. So let us see in brief the roles these types of CBIS plays. Let's start with Management Information System, that is MIS. It plays important role in the analysis of information, generation of requested reports, and solving of structured problems for any organization. The one thing you have to keep in mind, the organization which intends to apply computer-based information system into its infrastructure, it has to decide what type of information system, that is computer-based information system, it will implement. It is dependent on the organization, right? So next, Executive Information System, EIS. This plays important role in evaluating of information on time, analyze the information for the top management level in an intelligent manner. Means the way an executive of an organization, executive level personnel of an organization will work, this particular system will work like that only, right? Next, Executive Support System. This is nothing but the extension of Executive Information System only, with additional capability to include the support for electronic communications and organizing the facilities that will be required to run the system. Right? Next, Decision Support System. Here, use of data, models, and decision. This will lead to the analysis of semi-structured problems for individuals. Means before taking the decision, the data will be used, the data will be put into certain models based on which the decision will be the outcome from the system. That is, by analyzing the problem, the situation for the organization or for the individual, then the outcome in the form of decision will be given by the system, that is DSS or Decision Support System. Next, Group Decision Support System, GDSS, again extension of Decision Support System with negotiation and communication facilities for groups. When group decisions are involved, this Group Decision Support System comes into the operation. Next, Electronic Meeting Systems, EMS. Here it plays important role by providing the provision of information systems infrastructure to support group work and the activities of the participants where in a meeting. As from the name itself, it implies the information system, the infrastructure that will be required and the activities of the participants to support their activities in a meeting. Whatever the infrastructure will be required will be provided in electronic platform by this electronic meeting system or EMS. Next, what we have? Organizational Decision Support System, ODSS. Here, support of organizational task of decision making activities at different organizational units will be dealt in by this Organizational Decision Support System. Right? Now, remember, DSS, it will solve problem, it will come up with the decision for the individual. GDSS, Group Decision Support System, it will facilitate the decision for groups. An Organizational Decision Support System, it will come up with the support for making the decision for different organizational units. Right? Next, Expert System. Yes, it plays important role in capturing and organization of corporate knowledge about an application domain and translation into expert advice. Now, here in expert system to run effectively, what is requirement is that corporate information, corporate knowledge must be there so that that knowledge can be translated into advice. Here, the advice will be provided by the system, just like real life human experts provide advices. Likewise, this expert system will provide advice provided it has proper knowledge. It will do the capturing of knowledge on its own. But the base of knowledge comes from where? Comes from the data that we have studied previously, that the system should be inputted with correct data. The system will process that data. After processing the output, what we get? We get information. The information, when stored properly and structured or kept in a proper way, it comes in the form of, or it remains in the form of knowledge. Expert system will use that knowledge to come up with advices. Right? Next, Office Information System, OIS. Here, it plays important role in supporting the office worker in the effective and timely management of office objects, the goal-oriented and well-defined office processes, and the control of information flow in the office. Now, this office information system, it will get itself confined within the office or within the official task only, so that ultimately the objectives, the goals, the targets set by the management can be accomplished within time. Right? And the last one, that is Intelligent Organizational Information Systems. Here, assistance and independent action in all phases of decision making, information and communication support in multi-participant organization. Now, in multi-participant organization, this particular system, in an intelligent way, it will assist. Maybe in the area of decision making, maybe in the area of communicating information or sharing information, providing certain support. This particular information system will do that. Right? So these are the 10 types of computer-based information systems which we got to remember. Next, we have studied about the CBIS, we have studied its scope, we have studied the components, we have seen the types of CBIS. Then comes the advantages that a CBIS will provide. First, data standardization and accuracy. Yes, standardized data, if inputted into the system, so that accurate and correct information can be generated. This thing has to be kept in mind for having correct input for the system. The data must be standardized and accurate. That CBIS will ensure. Next, elimination of monotonous and exhaustive tasks. Now, as the computer system will automatically do those tasks which are repetitive in nature, so for the operator, for the human operator, the monotonous or the repetitive work gets eliminated. Right? Next advantage that accrues from CBIS, that is improved analytical capabilities. Now, analysis nowadays are not done manually. When we have the information system, there's no need to do the analysis manually. Practically, through the use of computer generated charts and graphs, easily the analysis can be done. So, CBIS comes with the improved analytical capabilities. Next, no need to keep duplicate records or copies. So, thereby having reduced number of files stored optimally in the system. So, the storage space can be optimized, right? Next, cost savings. Now, employees can be more focused on other productive tasks as they do not have to do the repetitive, monotonous, exhaustive manual work hour and hour after and after. So, the increase in employee productivity is there, less usage of manpower is there, which will ultimately lead to the cost savings for the organization in one way, right? Then improved communication. Now, improved communication with a neat and clean and correct copies of information. Here, the email system can facilitate the communication with and between the facilities within a very short span of time. Yes, this communication area is required because we have seen that telecommunication and network system is inbuilt or it is an important component under CBIS, right? And the last advantage, that is ready availability of data. Yes, ready availability of data and ready production of printed copy of the stored data will be available as and when required by the organization or by any personnel acting on behalf of the organization. So these are the few advantages that a CBIS can provide. Right? Now since we have seen the advantages, let us see whether there are any disadvantages. Yes, there are disadvantages. What are those? Need is not always justified. Means, according to different circumstances, the need of any organization or any company is not always justified. Sometimes it may seem premature or develop totally on an unjustified grounds. So, before implementing the CBIS, the organization has to first properly think whether it is applicable for them, in which areas they have to apply the system, whether it is feasible for them to apply the system. So they cannot come up with a CBIS on a basis of some vague grounds. Their need should be justified. So sometimes it has been seen that the need of the organization is not justified to come up with the CBIS. Right? Now we have seen in the cost savings portion, cost savings as one of the advantage. Other way around, it is a disadvantage. That is, it leads to reduction in manpower. As most of the tasks are being accomplished or done by computers using the information system, it reduces the number of employment, ultimately resulting in unemployment. So this has to be kept in mind. Apart from this, another disadvantage, that is computer's limitation, that is the limitation of the device. Now computers are not designed for automatic data collection or information generation or processing of the data. An operator is required to make that data entry and initiate the process of information generation. Now it may so happen that sometimes wrong data inputted into the system which lead to the generation of wrong information. So that's why we have repeatedly said, if the system, even if your processing area is correct, the processing programming is correct, but you have provided with wrong data to the computer system, it will process correctly with its processing program and it will give wrong output as the data is wrong, as the input is wrong. Now these mistakes can be repetitive if not corrected on time. Apart from this, it may happen some parts of the computer may get damaged or worn out. So these are the certain areas. And lastly, as we have the network component under CBIS, there is risk of the malicious program code, that is virus, which can wash out all the information stored in the computer. So, proper retrieval, restoration of data should be there, and it becomes necessary for an organization to face certain difficulty that may arise from the virus. Right? So these are the few disadvantages that the CBIS can come up with. Right? So with this, we are concluding with the topic computer-based information system. So what we have learned today in computer-based information system class, in the topic, that is, what is computer-based information system? CBIS, it is nothing but an information system with the use of computers to perform different activities. Then we have learned the important components with which the computer-based information system can work. 6 components we have studied. It is hardware, software, telecommunications and network system, database, procedures, and the human resource or the people. And apart from that, we have seen 10 types of computer-based information system that can be implemented as per the requirement of an organization. And lastly, we have seen the advantages, some of the advantages and some of the disadvantages of this computer-based information system. So, here we are concluding today. Thank you.